maligayang araw. I'm Art Labanaira and today I'm going to discuss about tautology, contradiction, and contingency, and of course, what they play in propositional logic. Now, let's try to understand it one by one. Let us tackle first what is tautology. Tautology is a compound proposition which is always true. Please take note, which is always true. Let's see this example using truth tables.
Consider that one proposition is denoted as letter P. Now, we all know that there are two possible truth values of this certain proposition, and those are true or false. And the negation of P or not P would be false and true. We all know that not P means that whenever P is true, then not P would be false. And whenever P is false, then not P would be true. Considering the compound proposition P or not P. Now, what is the output of this compound proposition? Disjunction means that whenever we have one true value, the result would always be true. So, in this particular combination, the result of these two are true. Hence, this compound proposition is always true. Therefore, we can say that this compound proposition is a tautology. Please remember that tautology is always satisfiable, but satisfiable is not always tautology.
Let's move on in contradiction. What is contradiction? Contradiction is a compound proposition which is always false. So let's see this example using truth tables.
Contradiction is an opposite of a tautology. Instead of or, we can use the connective and then it will always result a false value. Thus, P and not P is a contradiction.
Lastly, let's try to understand what is contingency. Contingency is a compound proposition which is sometimes true and which is sometimes false.
Suppose we take two propositions of P and Q and compound proposition of P and Q. So, as we can see, the truth values of this compound proposition would be true, false, false, and false. It is sometimes true, it is sometimes false. However, this compound proposition is a contingency. Please take note, invalid not only mean a compound proposition is always false. If a compound proposition is sometimes true and sometimes false, then also it is said to be invalid. We all know that invalid compound proposition is not always a contradiction. It can be a contingency as well.
So for you to understand well, here is the summary of this lecture.
Tautology means always true, contradiction means always false, contingency means sometimes true or false. Tautology and contingency is always satisfiable, while contradiction is always unsatisfiable. Tautology is always valid, hence contradiction and contingency is always invalid.
Hope you understand the concept of tautology, contradiction, and contingency.